Heather's had her baby. Karen is pregnant. And now Fatima is pregnant. Child. Is everything as it appears? What's good, y'all? It's your good sis, Erica Vane, coming to you right here on Erica Vane TV with another Sistas / Zatima video. In this video, we are going to get down to the nitty gritty when it comes to Fatima Wilson and this pregnancy that she announced at the end of season 2 of Tyler Perry's Zatima. If you're new here and you love Sistas Conversations, Zatima Talk, then go ahead and hit that subscribe button and turn on your bell notifications so you don't miss out on any of my conversations happening in the Sistas universe. If you're not new here, welcome back, boo. You know how we do, because I'm your go sis you love to talk TV with. And at any point in the video, feel free to drop down in the comment section and let your voice be heard. Do you think that Fatima is actually pregnant? If you don't think that she's actually pregnant, then why? If you do think that she's actually pregnant, then why? Like, we've got to get to the bottom of this, and I'm going to give you my thoughts, but I cannot wait to hear your thoughts so we can have a full-on conversation. Okay. Now, without further ado, let's get into it. We are almost there, and while the WGA has come to a monumental, phenomenal deal with the AMPTP, effectively ending the WGA side of the current Hollywood strike, SAG-AFTRA, at the time that I am recording this notice, has yet to confirm a date and time to go back to the negotiating tables with the AMPTP in the hopes of getting their deal done as well. So still standing in solidarity with SAG-AFTRA, but celebrating the monumental wins that the WGA has been able to accomplish for their membership and for our entertainment creative community. I wanted to update my strike notice and let you guys know that this video was made during the current SAG-AFTRA strikes after the winning of the monumental deal with the WGA. We still stand in solidarity and in support, and we are praying that SAG-AFTRA and the AMPTP can come to a monumental deal for SAG side as well shortly. More strike news will be linked in the description box down below, as well as links for you to be able to support if you so choose to do so. And without further ado, let's get back to the video. So it's needless to say that Fatima announcing her pregnancy at the end of episode 20 of season 2 of Tyler Perry's Zatima was a shocker. And for all intents and purposes, we're inclined to believe her. For the most part, Fatima is a very trustworthy narrator, or specifically when things are from her POV. She has a certain morality to her. She has a certain integrity to her. So she's not one of those characters that you can't really trust what they're saying, what they're thinking, what they're doing. Now, the person who we cannot trust is actually Mr. Tyler Perry, who is writing it. And we have seen an influx of his signature dream/daydream sequence where he'll show us one thing and then come to find out it actually is not the case. It didn't happen. It was probably the character fantasizing about something, which now that we are talking about the pregnancy, it has come up. So shout out J Crump 323, who posted a comment on one of my videos saying, "Nah, Erica, this is not real. Just like Sistas ending with Karen quote shooting Fatima. It's a daydream. It has to be. Damn it, TP. If this is true, I'm done. I just come to listen to your reviews." I appreciate you, hun. But as J Crump said, as well as Allie on our Sistas Keeper, which is our podcast, video podcast and live after show, Allie actually mentioned this as well in reference to, like, can we trust this? Is this a daydream? Is this actually real? And honestly, when I first saw it, I did not immediately go there, right? I did not immediately go to the place of like, oh, this can't possibly be real. This is Tyler Perry just doing what Tyler Perry does. He's creating a cliffhanger for cliffhanger's sake. But now with that comment, and now that we have a little bit of time, October 18th is when Sistas season 6B will return. You have a little bit more time to think about it. So I have been. And I actually went back and watched episodes specifically to look for ways to prove that this could possibly not be the case. So let's explore those, right? So we go back to episode 11 in season 2 of Zatima. At the 15-minute mark, Fatima comes into Angela's house, and of course she's going through the whole thing of like the breakup with Zach, and she's feeling emotional. Angela has wine for her because, you know, they always have a little glass of wine ready for each other, especially when they spilling tea or they talking about something emotionally. This is something that comes up a lot for them. And Fatima actually asked for something stronger. And that is one of the first things I want to point everybody's attention to, because at least for the second half of this season, which takes place over the course of 5 days, I went back as well and watched it and counted how many days actually passed, right? So episode 11 to episode 20 is the end of the 5th day. There's only 5 days. And mind you, she could have taken a test that morning and found out, but there are literally 3 separate instances, and those are in episode 11, episode 14, and episode 16, where Fatima is drinking, sometimes smoking. And I don't actually think that she would be a woman who would do that knowing that she's pregnant. So that starts to lend us to the possibility of her not actually being pregnant, and maybe this is a daydream or a foreshadowing, or maybe even just the hopes and wishes of Zach playing out. Because even if we go down to, is this a daydream? Then it would be like, well, whose daydream would it be, right? But I ain't gonna go there just yet. We can explore that a little bit later. We've already seen a daydream pop up in this series when Zach, or basically we got to see Fatima potentially have sex with Zach after he came and busted up her date with Paul and became very inappropriate and jealous and blase bloom. The next scene that we get to see is her sleeping with Zach, and that actually wasn't real. It was a dream that Zach was having in the hopes that she would come and they would reconcile very quickly, but she actually did not. Now the question for me is like, well, would Tyler do so many daydreams so close together? And I don't know. At the end of the day, this is Tyler Perry's world, and we are all just squirrels, okay? But that is a note I wanted to make. So, again, in episode 11, at the 15-minute mark, she's having wine, and she asks for something stronger. Angela says, well, girl, I got weed. She's like, bet, let's do it. And then they're going out. Episode 14, she's at dinner with Paul, and she has drinks not only at the dinner, but then also at the club when Zach pops up. So she's actively drinking and consuming alcohol in these episodes, which either means she's not pregnant or she don't know in this time that she's actually pregnant. And then in episode 16, when they have the dinner at her parents' house, when their parents are trying to get Zach and Fatima back together, at the 16-minute and 46-second mark, we get to see her dad pour her wine, and she takes it, and then they're having dinner, and we get to assume that she's going to consume the wine along with everybody else. And then at the end, when they're leaving, Zach asks if she's okay to drive, and she's like, yeah, I didn't have that much to drink. So we do know that she actually did drink. Again, anytime that I see her actually drinking, I'm going to assume that time is either she is not pregnant or she does not know that she's pregnant, because I really truly do not believe that the character Fatima is the type of woman that would drink knowing that she's pregnant. Now, we go back to Sistas Land, which we are currently on hiatus for, as I mentioned. In episode 11, at the 35-minute mark with 15 seconds.
I know that.
Babe, I just didn't think we would have a kid full time.
Fatima says that I just didn't think that we would have a kid full time. And this is during the conversation that she's having with Zach about pursuing full custody, not just joint custody, and to exact his parental rights for Michael. Fatima has done her due diligence and has talked to one of the lawyers at the law firm to take on Zach's case so that they can go after getting Zach some parental rights and definitely visitation. But come to find out, in this moment, he actually wants full custody, and they actually have a whole discussion around getting her on board for the whole full custody thing of it all, because Zach don't believe that Heather is a fit mother at all, and she don't deserve anything, which is a whole other conversation for a whole other video for a whole other day. But she literally says out of her mouth, I just didn't think that we would have a kid full time. And mind y'all, season 6 of Sistas starts after season 2 of Zatima. So after episode 20 of Zatima that we got to see play out last week, that is when Sistas starts, season 6. So how do you in episode 20 say that you or say that you're pregnant, but in episode 11 say that you did not think that y'all would have a kid full time. And I'm really honing in on the actual words, because a kid is not just Heather's kid. I didn't think that we were going to have Michael full time. That speaks to any children, y'all, including Karen's potential child, because Karen is in the picture, right? So even that child would be part time. So for me, when going back and watching episode 11 specifically, and how the whole dynamics played out, even with the back and forth of Karen and Fatima over the phone, Zach is there at the office, nothing about that gave that she was actually pregnant. Actually, if we want to be 100% honest, nothing about episodes 1 through 11 gave that she was actually pregnant. She didn't take that into consideration when she walked her ass into Karen's house and created that conflict. She's not backing down or thinking about her particular pregnancy when she says things like Allie mentioned on our Sister's Keeper, how the only thing that's saving Karen from Fatima whooping her ass is her baby. And it's like, well, girl, you're also supposed to be with child as well, unless you aren't. And y'all, it's a little bit too many signs and points leaning to her not actually being pregnant for us not to question it. She said that she didn't know that they was going to have a kid full time. She's been drinking consistently, and that has literally not stopped. We can even go back to season 6 of Sistas, episode 4, at the 39-minute and 50-second mark. And this is with commercials, so y'all just be clear that the timestamps that I'm giving are with the commercials. This is from the original airing of it. Fatima's at the bar having a drink, having a glass of wine with Angela, when she's asking, like, am I stupid because of all that she's going through and experiencing with Zach and his feelings around Karen, and is she dead and all of that. She was drinking then. And again, the start of season 6 of Sistas is after season 2 of Zatima. So I would love for you to let me know in the comment section what you think. Is Fatima actually pregnant, or is this just some type of daydream or hallucination that Tyler Perry has injected to tie us over until we get to season 3 of Zatima? There has yet to be enough evidence, I think, to prove that she actually is, aside from her saying it. But then, as I've mentioned, building a mountain of evidence to lean towards maybe she's not. Now, the one thing that I am hearing in conversation to talk about if she's pregnant, and in a way to support that she actually could be, is how emotional and seemingly erratic and more chaotic she has started to behave in season 6 of Sistas. And some of y'all tie that to, we just tired of Karen and she needs to get her ass busted and da-da-da-da-da. And then some other people are like, okay, it actually makes sense for her to be losing herself a little bit, stooping to Karen's level, reciprocating energy. Well, actually, I'm in that camp, because I'm like, all right, if she's pregnant, then this would make more sense. Now, I don't know if it makes enough sense for you to walk your ass through her door, but it makes more sense for you to have a lot of rah-rah energy and to be in a very emotional state. In the first 11 episodes of season 6 of Sistas, we got to see Fatima crying after they met with the client that they thought that they were going to become like. Her wanting to give the ring back. We saw her ignoring Zach for days on end in the name of processing. We've just seen her go through a very large array of emotions on the emotional scale in a very short amount of time. And that would lean itself towards, hormones not being balanced. And if you are in your pregnancy, that would chemically make sense, right? Okay, cool. But for me, that is not enough. Now, when I went back and actually was able to pinpoint specific scenes where she's drinking, pinpoint specific counter dialogue, such as that I didn't think we would have kids full time, lines to actually make me really believe. So I'm going to say, for the purposes of this video, that Fatima is not actually pregnant. I know the Super Zatima stands are up in the uproar. Y'all asses don't like me anyway, so this is nothing new here. But I do think in this video I provided very tangible things to point to. I gave you specific episodes, and I'll list them out in the description box down below, including the timestamp so that you can go and watch for yourself. And I tried to do this video in a way that does not feel biased. Some of y'all gonna call me biased regardless, but honestly, just looking at the evidence that we have, I'm going to go ahead and lean towards this could actually be Tyler doing his Tyler Perry thing and just throwing something out there for shocks, oohs, and ahs, and that's not actually the case. So we got to wait a little bit longer when it comes to a Zatima pregnancy. There was also mention, which I haven't gone back to the previous season, but I remember Fatima saying that she was not going to allow Zach to get her pregnant too fast. But I didn't go back and watch, so I can't give y'all the actual episode or the timestamp for that. If you know when she said that, drop that in the comment section down below so I can pin it and we can add that there. Now, of course, the conversation will continue to evolve once Sistas comes back on October 18th. We will be going live with Our Sistas Keeper to talk about each new episode after. You can catch up on all of the previous Our Sistas Keepers by clicking the playlist and the link in the description box down below. Again, let me know in the comment section what you think. You don't gotta attack me if you disagree. Just tell me what you think and why so we can have a full-on conversation and we can really explore things. If you feel like I missed the point, drop the point in the comment section. Keep it cute and let's have this conversation. It's your good sis, you let her talk TV with, and I'm jumping in the comment section right now so that we can keep this going.